LA Chargers. See you this Sunday for the NFL on WZMQ 19.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
CBS Mornings, right here on WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we're live in Washington, D.C. with the latest on the task force looking into the assassination attempt on former President Trump. They've held their first hearing with testimony from local and state police. Plus, we're getting a better picture of what's in the latest state budget bill aimed at schools across Michigan. And a former NFL star is in Ishpeming speaking about addiction for National Recovery Month. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Air, I think it felt a little warmer out there today, even with the low cloud cover. I'm hoping we can get a few more days like this before the temps start to drop.
Done. I will make it so. We've got fairly clear conditions out there at the moment, according to the radar, and it could look like that as we get further into the evening. Oh my gosh, again, this sunset on Lake Michigan every time, courtesy of that Zoom cam down there in Manistee. Our lows could be a little bit chilly on that Lake Michigan coastline as well as the Michigan-Wisconsin border. We're looking at 45 to 55 degrees out there. Fairly clear conditions into the night, and we'll have more sunshine into this weekend. I'll tell you when that rain's ahead.
Thanks, Aaron. Developing now, today the task force investigating the assassination attempt of Donald J. Trump held its first hearing. A hearing focused on testimony from local and state law enforcement who were at the July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. WZMQ 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon are live on Capitol Hill, where the hearing wrapped up earlier this afternoon. Rachel and Brendan, good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. So I was inside the committee room during that hearing today, and you can just feel the intensity from members on the panel. They're all just upset about what happened, as well as the people who testified today. And Kevin, there weren't really too many bombshells that were, coming out from the testimony today from some of these local law enforcement officers, but they really kind of discussed about things that we already knew. For example, things like there were communication issues between the Secret Service and with local law enforcement agencies. Also, that the area where the shooter was based at, that was not part of the security perimeter. So those are things that we do know. But Brendan, I think some of the key takeaways from today's hearing was mostly about that it's the Secret Service's responsibility to make sure that this perimeter was safe and secure. And really, for the most part, members on both sides of the aisle were all pointing the finger at Secret Service for what happened on that day.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. We heard testimony today from a former Secret Service agent. We heard testimony from local and state law enforcement from Pennsylvania, of course, local law enforcement in the Butler area where the rally took place on July 13th. Everybody we heard from today was at that rally where the shots were fired on July 13th. They all gave us kind of a rundown as to what goes into planning these types of events, the security measures, and the coordination with the Secret Service. The task force is chaired by Pennsylvania Congressman Mike Kelly, and we heard from him today. He's still trying to piece together how the former president took the stage and remained on stage despite a potential security risk.
But I still can't understand, of all the different people that were on the grounds that day, thousands of people, there's only one consistent person that they identify, and it is ultimately the shooter. So I don't believe the grounds were safe and secure that day. I'm just trying to understand is what it was or what it would have taken for somebody to say, keep Mr. Trump inside until we clear this up.
Kevin, this hearing comes one day after the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, chaired by Senator Gary Peters, released a pretty scathing 94-page report. This report really outlined several planning, communications, and security failures in the U.S. Secret Service by the U.S. Secret Service, including lack of a chain of command, inadequate resources and equipment, a failure to effectively secure the perimeter, the site, as well as poor coordination with state and local law enforcement. And of course, Rachel, that kind of lines up, is consistent with what we heard in this hearing earlier today.
Yeah, that's right. And despite that these 2 assassination attempts, we do know that the former president will head back to Butler, Pennsylvania in early October. He's, according to his campaign, he's going to be there to honor the life of the firefighter who was shot and killed during that first assassination attempt. And Kevin, this task force will also be looking into that second assassination attempt, which was happened right outside of Trump's home in Florida. For now, reporting live from Washington, D.C. for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Rachel Knapp.
And I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate the coverage as always. And don't forget, the vice presidential debate is next Tuesday, October 1st on WZMQ 19 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. CBS will host the debate between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz at the CBS Broadcast Center in New York City. WZMQ's Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon will be live there and will bring us reports from New York. Again, that's next Tuesday only on WZMQ 19 News. State lawmakers have passed new legislation to open up $125 million in this year's education budget. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from the authors of the bipartisan legislation on the way to the governor's desk.
Both the Senate and the House of Representatives passed legislation to free up money for schools in the 2025 education budget.
School districts require flexible funding to meet their classrooms' unique needs. Teachers require financial relief and just more support from us in general.
The legislation comes in 3 parts. The first permanently lowers the Michigan Public School Employee Retirement System contribution rate, freeing up an estimated $600 million worth of school funds statewide. The second dedicates $1 million to creating educational materials and a support line for students to anonymously report improperly stored firearms. The last moves $125 million into the per pupil mental health and school safety grant fund.
By simply moving this money over, we are enabling districts to have better use those funds and make sure that that money just doesn't sit there and not get allocated.
The bills come after Democrats faced major criticism from education groups for budget cuts in the mental health and safety fund. The authors say in the last few budgets, the fund was supplemented with federal COVID dollars, explaining that the cuts are really just a return to normal. But some House Republicans say it's not enough.
A lot of this is just kind of trying to cover their tail on this, and the bills that they're going to run doesn't even restore full funding. It doesn't even restore 50% of it.
While the retirement contribution changes begin October 1st, the $125 million is one-time funding that still needs a signature from the governor and won't take effect until March or April of 2025. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
September is National Recovery Month. Great Lakes Recovery Center in Ishpeming is marking the occasion by hosting a famous former NFL player. Flint native Andre Rison was a Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers, a standout at Michigan State, and currently in recovery, having undergone mandated drug treatment in 2013. Speaking at the Great Lakes Recovery Center this morning, his message was one of acceptance, tolerance, and understanding. His main goal is to educate people about substance abuse and eliminate the stigma that goes along with it.
That's what we're here for. I believe that's the strength in our mission, is to provide a window of opportunity and let people know that there is hope, there is availability for recovery, there is availability also just for support.
Rison also spoke about how CTE-related depression caused by repeated head injuries is a serious problem for athletes. Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, we're taking you to the UP State Fairgrounds for a sheep show, where judges from the UK are checking out the flocks North America has to offer. And later, Mike Ludlam, as you look at sports, he has the highlights from the Mid-Peninsula Conference Girls Tennis Tournament Final. We're right back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
I'm Elsbeth Tassioni.
You're a detective?
I help with oversight. We're here as part of a murder investigation. Can you believe it? This is my first time.
No kidding.
What'd you get yourself into now?
Everybody, let's go. Damn Jack in the Box.
Hi.
She just pops up and makes noise.
Elsbeth is back CBS Thursday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week, and streaming on Paramount+.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
The Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. With delivery times getting back to normal, it's a great time to have it your way, get a sale price, and get 12 months to pay. Choose from hundreds of sofas, love seats, chairs, and sectionals. All the latest styles are here. Over 3,000 fabrics and leathers to pick from. Sectionals, 50 different styles to choose from, and hundreds of configurations to fit your room. It's Shunk's factory authorized custom order sale. Shop Shunk Furniture at Marquette today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 first warning weather with Air Stasic.
I know the sun is out there right now. We've had some patchy fog to contend with this morning. And guess what? It loves us here. So it's going to hang out for a little bit longer. We could see it Friday morning, Friday evening, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday evening in those wee morning hours, basically till about 9 o'clock in the morning. Most likely, though, around 7 a.m. Just a reminder, use those low beams if you don't have actual fog lights, and then give extra space and go slow. Okay, let's keep it safe. Mild temperatures for this evening, although it could be a little bit chilly away from the lake and on that interior Iron River, around 51 degrees. Here in Marquette, we'll see a low of 60 degrees. I don't know about you, but that is a windows open night for myself. Okay, that future fog, if you're going to see it, let's check out which areas are going to be most impacted. Again, that east side and Lake Michigan coastline, but Iron Mountain could see it as well. Even here in Marquette, possibly around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, that bus time pickup. Bowie, you need your jacket for tomorrow morning because it's going to be around 51 degrees. Some areas in those upper 40s, we're talking 48 degrees in the morning. So chilly out at the bus, but when all is said and done and that school bell rings around 3 o'clock, those temperatures are going to be absolutely fabulous. Borto, thank you for this fabulous sunset shot or sunrise shot. I don't remember which one it is. So again, that fog possible here in Marquette around 7, 8 o'clock. We'll see those temperatures increasing, of course, throughout the day, especially around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we'll hit close to that 75. Look at this, though. Lance, around 82, Iron River 81, Inga, probably a little too chilly to jump in Sunset Lake, but what do I know? Go for it. You only live once, right? So clear skies tonight. Unfortunately, we are out of that view line for the Aurora Borealis, but everybody's got some beautiful shots you can take a look at. If we have sprinkles, it looks like most of it's going to be over Lake Superior, staying off of our land and terrain and not really impacting us. But you ask, when are we going to see more rain? How about next week? Let's look at Monday night and more likely, or excuse me, possibly also on Tuesday, maybe even a little bit more on Thursday. This is pretty much consistent around the UP. The good news is for that walk to end Alzheimer's this Saturday, it looks like wonderful conditions. That sunshine should be out there. Maybe have a jacket when you start off with that registration at 9 a.m., but still really great conditions. As well as Fall Fest in Negaunee, we're looking at mostly sunny skies throughout the day, high around 74 degrees. Should just be gorgeous this weekend. Right now, we've got around 80 degrees in Iron Mountain. And again, those temps are going to be cooling off just a little bit. Our 7-day outlook for Marquette, patchy fog into our Sunday.
Thanks, Aaron. Liking the outfit, by the way. This week, sheep experts from the United Kingdom are in Escanaba for a brand new event. The North American Hill Sheep Show is 3 days of demonstrations and workshops, vendors, and activities. 6 UK judges are evaluating sheep in the UK style, focusing on physical features, wool quality, presentation, and defining characteristics found in each breed.
It's about hopefully educating people, giving them a bit of a boost
to start to think about these breeds they've got here, help them develop a better breed line.
It's just trying to put that idea of sheep into people's minds that actually they're a fantastic animal, they produce a fantastic quality product, and it's just encouraging maybe more people to get into it would be a great thing.
Admission to the North American Hill Sheep Show is $20 per day. The show runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. through Saturday. Coming up next on Insights, we're talking with Visit Keweenaw about what kind of events they have planned for fall. That conversation in 2 minutes.
Did I tell you I saw Carl Bodak on the street the other day?
Whatever happened to him? Oh, he went off the deep end in conspiracy theories.
He said vaccines were like Nazi experiments.
He pushed people to take horse dewormer.
And did you hear him attacking Ed McBroom?
Yeah, saying our elections were stolen.
He even thinks climate change is a hoax.
After the winters we've been having? Such a shame. It's sad to see a nice man go bad.
I really appreciate you and Dad taking us in.
I am so glad that you and Cece are here. And Georgie.
Nice of the kid to make breakfast.
This is where you say, thank you, Georgie.
That ain't necessary.
See, that ain't necessary. Got the baby down.
Listen to her snore.
You wanna fool around?
Y'all left this on the coffee table.
Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage premieres Thursday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week and streaming on Paramount+.
That westerly wind. For over 30 years, I was in your living room, bringing you tomorrow's weather through tough storms and sunny days. I'm running for state representative to fight for the UP and put Peninsula over politics. Our current forecast is gloomy. Rising inflation and energy costs. People are struggling. My plan will lower the cost of energy, gas, and groceries and bring balance to Lansing. My forecast is for brighter days ahead.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night Farmers Market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette TDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with the events coordinator from Visit Keweenaw, Jesse Wiederhold, about some of their events coming up. Jesse, this is her first time doing one of these in the studio with us.
That's right. It's great to be here in Marquette today and share the good word of the Keweenaw.
And there is some good work coming up. We have a pretty exciting event for Upper Peninsula residents. We got Platter Day coming up. So.
Yes, that's right. You know, we're just a week out. It's going to happen next week on Friday. We're going to redo our photo. So last year, a lot of people, remember, we introduced this. We wanted to break a world record. Well, you know, that didn't happen, but just to set the record straight, we're just doing our community photo. So we are not going to pursue this record book. It's pretty expensive if you look into it. Just a big cost associated with it. But we just felt it was more important to us what we were accomplishing, getting people together. This is at the Houghton High School on Friday, October 4th. The photo is at 1 o'clock. We ask people show up half an hour early. The kids get to participate, so it's super cool. We invite the whole Copper Country ISD to attend, so it's really great for students to come check it out, the little kids, something to look forward to. And we had a great attendance last year. 1,700 people came, 1,745. So this, in theory, would have broken the record, but like I said, it's pretty costly to verify that. So
gotcha.
We want to beat it this year, though. Our own record, just our own record.
For sure. So as a more recent Upper Peninsula resident, why Platter Day? Tell me about the history of this.
Yeah, so this began with your own local Bugsy Sailor at UP Supply Co. So he made this holiday, right, celebrating plaid and all the culture, first Friday in October. So we wanted to take that and run with it. In conversations with him, we've done exactly what he wanted. He wanted this to inspire some friendly competition. You have Marquette, Ironwood, and us. We're doing this, so it's super exciting. But in addition, this year we're adding the beer garden. So, yes, so that ties back to history. When we think about a lot of community events, there's fun things to do, right? But we really looked at a map of Lakeshore Boulevard in Houghton, thinking about how can we build out this weekend of fun. Houghton has their Fall Fest on Saturday, and we're already taking a photo on Friday. So let's bridge the gap. we decided a beer garden would be really fun.
Okay.
And looking through some history, we discovered that Lakeshore Drive from Dodge to Isle Royal Street used to be called Brew Street. This was because Haas Brewery was on the block. The same block as where the KBC is now. It was actually right next to Swift's Hardware, so you can still see some of these buildings, their facades, and you'll be able to just taste KBC beers in the same place that miners once walked. It's so culturally cool.
All right, excellent. And is there anywhere someone can go if they want to find out more about what's to come for Platter Day?
Yeah, always on our website. Visit QAnon.com. We always have event listings, so all the other fun things going on this fall you can find there too.
All right, excellent. So tell us about any other upcoming events for you.
Right, this Brew Street is really going to be kicking off the weekend of Fall Fest. So we have our community photo, 1 p.m., October 4th on Friday. The beer garden is 5 to 10 on Friday, but on Saturday, Keweenaw Young Professionals has a color run. So they have a 5K in town, and Houghton has their Fall Fest on Saturday. So that Saturday, October 5th, there will be more activities on the pier. So it's turning into a whole weekend.
Excellent, and I imagine this is something pretty special for the UP itself. Can you talk about that at all, Jesse?
Yeah, absolutely. It really does mean a lot. Plaid is so popular, and people wear it all winter long and summer long, but really just a lot of people, when you think about it, had family that lived up here and did these old industries, right? Mining, timber, logging. People say, my grandpa worked at the Quincy mine. My grandpa walked down Brew Street at one time. He was at Haas Brewery. I think that's really special from a lot of the locals aspect. A lot of people think of destination marketing, Travel Marquette, Visit Keweenaw, bringing visitors in, but a lot of the stuff is great for the community too.
All right, excellent. Jesse, that's all the time we have for you.
Great.
But great to have you in here in the studio for the first time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Still ahead on your 19 News, Mike has your sports highlights, including a nail-biter between the Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll be right back.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, this is why we walk. This is why we walk. They're why we walk. And you know what? This is why we walk too. We walk in the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's because we're getting closer to beating this disease. But to get there, we need you. Join us. Hey!
Washington liberals like Kamala Harris are hurting our economy. They promote radical policies that raise taxes and increase inflation, while families in northern Michigan and the UP struggle with higher gas and food costs. Send this Marine General back to Congress. I'll keep fighting to lower taxes, cut wasteful spending, and promote policies that reduce inflation. Together, we can grow our economy and put northern Michigan and the UP first. I'm Jack Bergman, and I approve this message.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ MeTV.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do. Treatment works.
Good evening, everyone. As it has been for a number of years, the Mid-Peninsula Conference Girls Tennis Tournament turned out to be a battle between Negaunee and Westwood for the team title. The finals took place at the Patriots courts. We will start at the first singles final. Negaunee's Aubrey Johnson in the near court against Westwood's Lexi Olson. This point was about 50 seconds long. Decent editing helps the cause. Olson will come up here and miss a backhand to the far side, giving the point to Johnson. On this next point, again, the players both kind of cautious ground strokes. It wasn't that windy today, but they're kind of particular in how they want to be aggressive at the net or not, and usually not. Johnson will net a forehand here, but she ended up winning the match 6-4 and 7-6. We jump over to the other side of the pavilion for the second doubles final between Negaunee and Westwood. Negaunee's Autumn Ring and Alyssa Borlace in the far court. Westwood's Kaylin Doney and Elisa Doney. And a nice high floating shot there, and another high floating shot there. And the next thing you know, kaboom. Well, not a kaboom, but at least enough to get the point for the Patriots. The Miners will take the second point when Ring's volley stays inside the baseline right here. Negaunee won this match 6-2 and 6-4. On the results, another Mid-Penn Conference title for the Negaunee girls, 42 points. Westwood second with 38. Ishpeming was third, Gwynn fourth, and Norway was fifth. Negaunee won 5 flights, and Westwood took the other 3. To Comerica Park we go. Tigers still looking for a place in the playoffs. Playing Tampa Bay once again, top of the third. Brandon Lowe base hit for the Rays. That would score Ben Rortvedt and Taylor Walls 2-0. A wild pitch in the 5th inning made it 3-0 for Tampa Bay. Tigers get going in the bottom of the 6th. Colt Keith will smash this one toward the right field corner. It will bounce around a little bit. Matt Vierling will cross the plate on the RBI triple. The Tigers are now within 3-1. A short time later, Kerry Carpenter is in the batter's box. He's going to single to right field. Keith will jog home. Rays still up 3-2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Colt Keith in the batter's box again, and he's going to come through again. This time, the center field. Riley Green will cross the plate. Matt Vierling moved around the bases a little bit. That tied the game at 3. And then Justin Henry Malloy will step in. This will be a fly ball to center field. It is caught. Really good throw, but Vierling is too fast. Detroit takes a 4-3 lead. They hang on to win 4-3. Magic number for a playoff spot is 2. The Tigers are now 30-11 in their last 41 games, and Detroit closes the regular season against the Chicago White Sox. Don't get greedy just yet. Okay, how about the Brewers and the Pirates? Top of the 6th inning for Milwaukee, already leading 3-0. This is Blake Perkins with a ground rule double over the 4:10 mark. Reese Hoskins scores, and Milwaukee takes a 4-0 lead. Joey Ortiz will get an RBI double as well, and the Brewers take care of business by the score of 5-2. Don't forget the Minnesota Vikings Green Bay Packers game Sunday is right here on WZMQ 19. Kickoff 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central Time. The NMU hockey team has named its captains for the 2024-25 season. Tanner Latch will don the C for the captain, and he has plenty of help, including Jacob Peterson, Jesse Tucker, along with Tynan Ewart and Matthew Wilmer will be the alternate captains. And we will be right back.
Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
It's hard to believe, but it's true. Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
These are the stories
1, 2, 3, go!
of we, the people.
We're trying to generate our own hope.
It's a huge deal.
I'm enabling them to feel valued.
Eye on America, weeknights on the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on investing right now in you, the American people. And we can chart a new way forward. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
So my name's Andrew Lovins. I'm a donor greeter at Goodwill in Marquette, Michigan. Goodwill has been the longest, steadiest job I've had ever. When I first moved to Marquette, I was kind of homeless and just got an apartment, and I was looking for jobs everywhere, and I just thought Goodwill would be the place for me. But Goodwill helped me a lot of different ways. I'm in good hands, and yeah, got a roof over my head, and that's all I care about.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
That sunshine keeps on shining, and that's what we're going to expect tomorrow as well as this weekend. These temperatures, oh my goodness, 73 is your current temp? Lucky you. We'll see them dip down into the 50s and then colder or cooler in Iron River, Iron Mountain, Escanaba. We will warm up tomorrow, of course, during the day, but we're looking at around 55 there at 5 a.m. and some fog. All right, here we go. Today is my final 6 p.m. at WZMQ News. What a wild ride. I am so grateful I was given the opportunity to help launch a brand spanking new news station. BT, JC, thank you. A massive shout out to all who've been on the journey here too. The Joes, Andrew, Drama, Mitchell, Scott, Trent, Maddie, Diego, Mark, Abby, the Johns, Luke, Lori, Luds, Trevor, Emma, Jim, Carl, Samuel, Amy, Keandra, Kevin, Sophia, Megan, Lily, Jelly, plus Crocs and Socks, Ken and Sarah. To the viewers of my family, thank you all. It's been an absolute pleasure to laugh, sing, and dance with y'all. Whoosh.
All right, thanks very much.